Thank you. It's lovely to see so many faces here again this evening. So many of you have been with us along this journey. So thank you for being here. Of course, you will have heard by now that the news is that the Archer Academy, our proposal for our new school, has been accepted by the Department for Education. And so for us, it means all systems go to open up our vision for a community-based, co-educational, non-dominational, non-selective school in the heart here of East Finchley and serving East Finchley, Garden Suburb, Finchley Central, and frankly the areas that have been neglected for so long by that kind of schooling. So, you know, I guess the first thing to say is thank you, because actually it's your support that has shaped our ideal for a school. It's your support signing up to say that you would support us, that you would send your children to the school. It's that support that the DFE has recognised, and despite a grilling that we took at our interview in May, despite the 155-page application form that we put in proposing our school, they've come out and they've said, yes, they approve our school. There's no conditions attached to that, so they're not looking to reshape it in any way. That's something the rest of my panel don't know because they told me today. But it's a big yes. It's a big yes to us and what we've achieved. So I think I'd like to start by just saying thank you. And can I ask you to give a round of applause? That's step one on our journey. Of course, so many of you in the room will know that this has been a very long journey. It started with us saying there's just not enough secondary education of the type we want in our area. You were with us as we lobbied the local authority, as we spoke to our local councillors, Alison being one of them, and you were there going to see our MP and the other local councillors to say, what are you going to do to help us in our plight? The next step, we've been given the go-ahead, but there's a long journey ahead of us, and I hope now I can give you some of the facts about what that journey entails, and actually why we still need you all the way along that journey. Up to now, we've been having informal discussions with Barnet, with the Department for Education, with schools, with potential partners. Informal. If we had a school of this type, would you like to? Could you? Might you? Now we've been given the go-ahead, it means we can start to have those formal discussions. So tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we're in to see the Deputy Director of Education to talk about how do we make this real? How can we make this real? Of course, we're on a schedule. We want to open this school in September 2013. So for anybody here with children in year 5, that would mean it would be an option for you to choose for them for that year. Of course, there'll be a number of questions. One of the biggest ones is premises. Where are you going to go? And I know, I might as well head it off now because lots of people are going to want to know. In reality, we have not got a site to announce for you today, but what we have got is the process we're going through. Now that we've been approved, we're able to speak to Barnet, and they're helping us to find a site for us. We're also able to tap into the DFE resources to help us find a site. So, as soon as we've got some information for you, you will be the first to know, please. We will absolutely tell you. But we're looking for a site that will suit our needs. We want 150 kids in each year. So it's got to be a big school, a big site. We're looking for something that will be local to this community, that will have the kind of resources that we need, and it will be able to match the ambition, because we are fiercely ambitious for those kids that are going to be joining us in 2013. The other big challenge we've got is our teaching staff. We've got to get a head teacher in. So the journey we have this summer is that we've got to be advertising for our head teacher at the end of the summer. We'll be interviewing them in September with a view that they'll come into post early in the new year. Now, that's not something that we just do on our own. We're working with Barnet to do that, and we're working with other experts. And I think the expert point is really, really important, because whilst we started off as a parent, as a pretty skilled parent group, I'd like to say, but whilst we started off as a parent group, actually we haven't just stayed a small parent group. all the way along the journey, experts have come to us, and we've been really privileged to have a whole range of advice from everything from HR and legal experts to premises experts, all the way along the line, and that's one thing we will continue to do, but of course now from a formal position. So, head teacher recruitment, that's a big task for this summer. After the head teacher, the key post, we need to recruit our business manager, and then the head teacher will take on a lot of those tasks, helping to recruit the senior leadership team for our school. Admissions, another big thing we've got to do. Those of you with children in Year 5 will know that the admissions procedures will open this coming autumn. Now, because we are a new school and we are not yet open, we will run alongside the Barnet system for admissions this year, which in detailed terms means that when you get your form and you're allowed 6 choices, actually, this year you get a 7th. You can put your 6 choices on your CAF form, but you can apply directly to the Archer Academy for a place, which means on March the 1st, when places are announced, you may actually get two places for your child. Imagine that choice. So that's the big task for us, admissions. And I guess before I wrap up, what I really want to say is that those children that will be starting with us in 2013, they will have the first teachers we recruit, the senior leadership team. They will be in the enviable position, I would say, to have the most skilled, the most experienced senior teachers starting them off, but not just starting them off, starting off as we mean to go on. Our ambition for this school is to be outstanding, and we will not let you down. So, thank you for trusting us this far. I know there'll be many more questions. I hope that has given you some of the answers that you seek. So ask your questions. On the panel here, we've got Alex, who is our accountant, a Brooklyn mum. John, who is one of our educational advisors. Toby, who, I know you'll know a lot of these people. Toby, who has worked tirelessly on our community engagement and looking at how we can outreach to our community, and Helen here, who's provided some real expertise in terms of governance structure and our educational work. So between us, we hope to answer questions, and then there'll be other members in the audience. And, you know, I guess, as I've always said at these things, we don't necessarily have all the answers, but what this journey has proved is if we don't have the answers right now, we can go away and find them, and we probably know somebody else who can help us with it too. Tonight, that might be you, of course, and I'd like to put my hand out to you to ask if that is you. Please do come forward and help us. But otherwise, I'll hand over to Sarah, to the floor, and hope we can answer some of your questions. But, you know, thank you thus far.